With lockdown norms easing out now, it is time to take back to traveling. The last weekend saw most of the drivable distances from Delhi and Jaipur and Agra being completely sold out. This only tells us that we are ready to get out of our house and to start traveling again. Hey guys, my name is Vishal Mehra and I've been traveling through the Indian subcontinent since 1989. Apart from consulting tourism and hospitality companies, I also do a series called Top 5 Destinations in different parts of the country. So here's my list of top 5 places to visit in Rajasthan, which are all drivable distance from Delhi, Agra and Jaipur. Number 5, Samod. Located just 40 kilometers away from Jaipur, this quiet little village is a great getaway from the hustle and bustle of cities. Dating back to the mid-16th century and built as a fort, it is well hidden in the Aravalli ranges. Close by is the Samod Bagh, which originally served as the place to retreat and relax for the royal family. It has been modelled on the famous Mughal gardens. You could either stay at the Samod Palace, which is the same fort which was built in the 16th century, but extensive renovations in the 19th century saw it being converted to a palace with many additions done to it, including a Darbar Hall, or you could stay at the Samod Bagh, which has beautiful luxury tents. Number 4. Pushkar. Famous for its Brahma temple and Pushkar Camel Fair, Pushkar can be visited around the year. Located around 7 hours away from Delhi and Agra or a comfortable 2.5 hours from Jaipur, Pushkar is an amazing experience. From the Brahma temple to the many ghats around the Pushkar Lake, Pushkar has a lot to offer to everybody. Pushkar has multiple hotels to choose from which suit all the budgets. Within the city limits, you will not get any non-veg and alcohol. But a lot of good hotels are located just outside the city limits and only about 3 to 4 kilometers from the main sites. So there you can go and enjoy the best of the food and your drinks. Number 3 on my list is the region called Shekhawati. To travel to Shekhawati, to towns like Mandava, it's like a fairy tale you can walk right into. So wonder this, have you ever wanted to go back in a time machine and wonder what life would have been like in the 16th and the 17th century? A visit to the Shekhawati region is as close as one can get to going back in the time machine. It can be best described as an open-air museum with beautiful painted houses having motifs ranging from mythology to army to Italian influence. Here I even saw Lord Krishna and Radha being ferried around in a chauffeured car in one of the Havelis. The Shekhawati region is around 7 hours from Delhi, a little longer from Agra, but only about 4 hours from Jaipur, and that makes it an absolutely ideal weekend getaway from Delhi and Jaipur at least. And if you're traveling with kids, trust me, the kids are going to love it. They're going to see that side of the country that you could probably only read in the history books. Now, the region of Shekhawati has many small towns, Navalgarh, Dunlod, Alsisar, Mukunkar, and they all offer something unique to each visitor. And most of the erstwhile royals of these places have converted their palaces and forts to become heritage hotels. So there is no shortage of hotels and you can stay in beautiful palaces. Number 2 on my list is Ranthambore. Originally the hunting grounds of the Maharaja of Jaipur, Ranthambore is today more famous for its national park on account of probably the best tiger sighting that it offers. The park today has around 70 plus tigers and sightings have been excellent, thus making this a perfect spot for viewing tigers in their natural habitat. Ranthambore, however, is more than just tigers. It offers excellent wildlife experience. There are leopards, foxes, bears, sambars and other species that you could experience when you are taking a safari through the national park. It's a comfortable 3 hours away from Jaipur and around 7 hours from Delhi and Agra, and that make it again an ideal getaway for weekend and for staycations. Now the reserve is still the main draw for the people traveling to this area, but there are a number of excursions which can be done around Ranthambore, including the climb up to the Ranthambore fort, the Trinetra Ganesh temple, the Surva Lake, which also happens to be excellent for bird watching. So if you're a bird watcher, hey, head over to Surva Lake. There is Kachida Valley, which is a great place to see the panthers and bears, with hundreds of hotels to choose from for every budget, including the top-end ones like the Amans and the Oberoi and the Relais and Chateau. Then, of course, there's the Taj, which is not in the same league as the Oberois and the Amans and the Relais and Chateau, but there are lots of other exclusive properties like the Savai Villas, which is a beautiful villa-based concept. There is Jungle Villas and there is Pugmark, Ranthambore Regency. So there's lots and lots of hotels to choose from. If you've not been to Ranthambore, trust me, this is a great place to go and spend a couple of days. You can spend longer. If you're into wildlife, hey, you can even spend up to a week going and studying and enjoying the wildlife. Now that brings us to the number one spot that you could visit, which is a drivable distance from Delhi, Jaipur and Agra. And that happens to be Sariska. So originally the hunting ground for the Maharaja of Alwar, Sariska was in the news recently as it had managed to lose all its tiger population in 2004 due to poaching. However, in 2008, 2 tigers were introduced from Ranthambore. And now the tiger population has grown to around 2021, which is excellent. Owing to its proximity to all 3 places, Delhi, Jaipur and Agra, it's only 3.5 hours from Delhi, a mere 70 to 90 minutes from Jaipur, and about 6 hours from Agra. Sariska is that perfect getaway from all the 3 cities. You could go there for a weekend, or you could even go there for a staycation, as Sariska has a lot to offer. See, the problem is most of the people don't know what all Sariska has to offer. Apart from the national park, there are many activities and excursions which can be done. One could go trekking in the Aravalis, and these treks range from easy to medium treks, which can be done in 2 hours or which could take half a day. There's a day excursion to a place called Viratnagar, which finds its mention in Mahabharata as the place where the Pandavas spent the 13th year of Agyatwas. Remember the year where they had to live in exile and not be seen by anybody? That was in Viratnagar. It also has the oldest freestanding Buddhist structure in India and is home to a Buddhist monastery. Well, if you're into a little bit of adventure, it also is located close to the haunted city of Bangar. And that, trust me, is a huge draw for a lot of people. Now, Sariska does have good accommodation. It has some excellent accommodation available. But if you're looking to spend a few days or going for a staycation, do check out this hotel called Sariska Safari Lodge. It has only about 11 rooms, but the rooms are great. And the team is excellent. They'll make you feel really welcome. If you have a little bit more on your budget and you can spend a little more, then there is another place called Van Ashray. That is another excellent place where you could go and spend a few days. So these guys are the 5 places which are drivable distance from Delhi, Jaipur and Agra, and would make for an excellent weekend break or a staycation. Though some wouldn't make it for a staycation, you would not know what to do there after 3 days or so. Have you been to these cities? What are your thoughts? Do drop in a comment, hit the like button, do subscribe to this channel. I'll keep on bringing you more content about the top 5 destinations from different parts that you could go to. This is Vishal Mehra signing off. Have a great day. Bye.